Hey y'all, my goodness, it's taking a minute. I am outside, as you can tell. I wanted to come in for a second. I can see, I love me some filter, y'all. I can see the filter losing its way a little bit. I don't like that, I don't know. So, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Ooh, I am processing a lot of stuff, and when you're trying to process a lot of stuff, it sometimes becomes hazed, I guess, in your mind and your thoughts. I am in a lot of pain, not physical pain, thank you, Lord. Hey, Auntie. But I'm in a lot of mental pain. Um, I'm in the kind of pain I don't know if I could cry anymore. I've cried so much. And my pain is related to the loss. I've lost. Even when you say you've lost someone, I've I've experienced death horribly this week. Death is never not horrible, I guess, it's not. But I've had you said I need to call you. I have yes, we can talk after this. I have had I've had four deaths. Two I'm gonna speak on today. Now. Both are women. And these are women who have are in my very beginning memories and establishment of who I am as a person. These are women I have seen majority of my life. I'm sorry, somebody has pulled their car over across the street, and whatever's going on is going on, but it's not going on with me. Um, these are women who, like, they're part of my Chicago experience. They are as far in my core memories of me coming here from Kentucky as I can remember. And they are involved in so many things on so many different occasions. I didn't expect what was happening to them. I'm thankful they are both at peace. One woman is my zodiac sign and is the first person that I began to identify with zodiac signs to have conversations with about being an Aries and, understanding what that meant and who I was and, and watching her fiery personality, but still watching her with grace and watching her, handle her life and move through her career and her style and her elegance and her she's the first person I learned about what it is to have a hobby and how to express that, and just I'm just still taking it in. And then as I take her in and go to try and not mourn but pay my respects, I have another loss that's very personal to me, and I'm not going to speak about it right now. Two losses, but it's hard. And then as that happens, I come and sit down, and when, for me, I'm not going to say for you, because, the last time we had this conversation about death were all my elders and were My elders, yeah, all in Chicago, and my elder here. The elders here. So we didn't have this conversation because I didn't have no mind. And then we had a conversation after that about Judea. So for me, when these things happen, I have always, I have been trying to, after the elders in Kentucky, to be very open and allow the emotion to come and to cry when I need to cry and live in the memory, to say verbally, this is what I wanted to do with them or this is what I missed doing with them, because that was my go-to on how you deal with this. But then it went to, you know, as I'm doing that or processing that, because I haven't really been online, I haven't been in touch, I haven't been doing my due diligence like I tell you all to do. What is the best? How do you deal with death? Is life. You don't let these moments go. You live in the presence of the desire to have the experiences with the people that and the animals and the life that's been presented to you. I tell you this all the time, and as I am grieving the loss of the person, I'm also grieving the loss of time. And, I'm having conversations with my sister daughter saying, we are both saying similar things. How did we get here again? How did we lose so much time again with these people, with these situations? And as I'm doing that, I go online and realize I've lost another person. Yes, each one of these phenomenal women that I'm talking about, I mean, the memories are just flooding in for me. The other woman that I'm speaking on, and I'm not using their names for respect of their family, but this is the person that taught me the levels that I could achieve with education. This is a person that I, hands on, understood what it was to have black power, to be a black woman. I watched her be things in her community, and y'all know I'm always busting trains. Anyway, if you've been watching me all these years, I'm always busting trains. But it's familiar, it's comforting to me because trains were down by my house in Kentucky. So those sounds, I always feel like that's the creator, that's God's way of like embracing me. That's grandma, that's grandmother down in the bottom, that's Nana, that's Helen. My best memories being outside is the train going past. But this woman, is hands on what education is, how to work the system, how to make a life, no matter what's going on in life, in your house, in your community. Yeah, and I'm, as you can tell, I feel like, I'm more conscious this time of what's happening, or like present in the moment. Yes, I still hear the creator. Obviously, I'm talking to you all. I'm supposed to do this hours ago, and looks like I can't not do it now. But it's like losing time. Like I'm talking to you now, and it's like a TV show, and how maybe a kid flips through the shows, and so when you flip back to your show, like you walk in a room and you're watching something and you get up to go get something in the kitchen and somebody comes in and changes the channel and you come back in and be like, hey, I was watching that, and they go back, those seconds that you miss, that's what it feels like right now. It's a time lapse, it's a blur. I turn something on to cook it, and Lord knows I could turn something on now at this age and cook and then forget it's on. I had to, one of the kids or somebody has to say something to me. But like legitimately, it left my mind. Just left my mind. I This time will be different because I will be getting outside assistance to help me, because I do want more tools for myself and tools to give to others to help in this situation. Um, the pain and the regret, because death is so fun. I'm definitely holding on to the things that were good and all of the memories. Ooh, y'all, ain't nobody told me something in my nose, Lord. Um, I have a ton of good memories. But I guess the regret comes on my side because of those memories generated from me, or those memories generated from how great they were to me. Hmm. The other reason why I came on is that I had or have a plan for this month. With all of these things happening, as you know, I have young people around me and little people around me, and they are the best thing since ice cream. I'm sure they, yeah, Kim, they were the teachers, and they were strategically placed by the Creator. I can make an outline directly to what they taught me, and that's just in the newness of dealing with the grief. So those things, you years from now, 6 months from now, 3 weeks from now, you'll just keep on coming up with the nuggets, the things that they've given you. But I had such a plan for this month, and I had such vigor for this month, and such excitement for this month, this end of the year, and the things that are coming. And it's not. I just know it has to get executed. So I'm trying to rewrap my mind around to get those things done, because I know those things have to get done. But yeah, I wanted you to know what was going on, because I know I'm going to talk about it, because like the pain is ridiculous, and it's just pain. I don't know. I've always associated pain meaning that you're crying every second and you're breaking down. I can't cry anymore, and I know I'll cry later today, but I feel like I can't cry anymore. I Like I said. Um, the other thing I wanted to come to you too and remind you that I'm trying to be quiet. That this is the end of the year. I'm so thankful for everything and everyone that I was given this year, and I'm sorry I wasted the time. And I encourage you, don't waste time. And what does that mean? That means, and it happens so quickly, that means in the seconds that you have the opportunity to make the phone call to a person, call them. And don't even have to really talk about nothing. You just call and say, I love you. I encourage you to make sure that if you know you're going to be broke up, if something happens to somebody, you can let them know that I don't want nothing to happen to you. And you can let them know how much you appreciate them. That does not mean that you want them back in your life, or you want them every day to day in your life. It doesn't have to mean that. I mean, if if you're on that with someone. But there are people I really feel like if something happens to you, I'm gonna be broke up. And I just want to make sure you know that I care about you. And so that's probably gonna be a lot of what I talk about going forward. I've talked about it before, but you're probably going to see more action into it. If you are dealing with something, I'm really thinking I'm standing here and I'm missing being going to be late for my appointment, but I'm looking at a lot of construction, and I bet you it's a morning reroute, um, which is such a pain in the patootie. Um, if you are dealing with something in your family, in your private life, in your relationship. First, let me go back. Let me encourage anyone that um, has lost someone. I am so sorry for your loss, and I will figure out what you do with this feeling, and hopefully I can help you figure out what to do with this feeling. I do encourage you to talk to someone. I do encourage you to get professional help with grieving, with a divorce, with a death, with loss. I encourage you. We have so many traumas. I talked to someone I hadn't talked to in years a few weeks ago, and the person has known me since I was a child. Again, but she's not, she wouldn't be considered an elder. She's more like a big sister. But when I tell you we hadn't talked in years, and we FaceTime, and she looked in the camera and said, "What's wrong?" I just broke down like a baby. Like, bro. And when I got to naming, y'all, I didn't even tell her. I might have told her 1% of everything that's going on in my life. When I told her that, it made me stop. Like, you gotta go get some help, because sometimes, I don't know. I try not to be general, but I think this is for everybody. We go through so many things in a day or in a week that we think, oh, well, we're just handling it. But trauma is trauma. And in a week's time, we went through somebody pulling a gun on a bus that we were on. We went through I went through that, pulling a gun on somebody else. Thank God the bus moved and God blessed us. But that is a trauma. That is a trauma to be somewhere and not know, are you going home? Then later on that week, within that week, I know something happened with the light company made a mistake, and oh, here it comes to us. The light company made a mistake, and we had to figure that out. And then I had something else going on. We call it day-to-day life, but day-to-day life has a lot of traumas. Get help. Don't you just try and do it by yourself. You can protect family and you can protect a person, but y'all, we cannot let children, animals, the weaker be hurt by someone, whether they meant to hurt them or not. We can't just let that happen. Now, we don't have to necessarily shut everything down, but you got to go to God. You got to get some help. We can't keep keeping secrets. All this stuff, death is so final. This is the life right now, and we need to live it. Yes, you may get another one, but you need to live this one. I'm going to end because my bus is coming. Happiness is still my brand. Happiness is still a choice. And I'm going to find my way back to it. I don't know how all that works in death. I don't know. Remember to think out your purpose, because your purpose will make room for you so that you can make the financial things you need so you can do the service work that you're born to do. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.